Hello, welcome to the ninth edition of Investdata Academy with Ambrose. When trading at all time, I will always emphasize on this. Remove emotion. I know why I said so. Remove emotion because trading online, either from your phone, from your laptop, you need to know what you are doing on the screen. That means emotions will keep behind at all time. Use your stop loss and your profit target so that you can protect your capital and also know when to cash out your profit at when to. That is how to start for today because this is how any investor or any trader in the market should act. Do not allow emotion. Don't marry any stock. Don't so admire a name of a stock or somebody in that company you want to hold because of the person. No. Every investment is for a purpose and it's against the future. And you are in those stocks to make money, not just to answer name as shareholder, just to make money. That's why you are for that. This principle will guide you that you must remove emotion. Your stop loss will be at your fingertip at all times to guide you and your profit target so that you will be at profit at all times. If not at profit, you protect also your capital because capital is key. I always tell you that capital word is a key. Capital is key. And when capital is key, you don't work with what? With capital because that is what you need, to make money, to create money in trading equity. And for that, before I'll give you the position of the market from opening to this midday, I want to give you tips that will guide you when you are trading online. One of it is that when you are trading online, the first that you must know the state of the market. When I mean the state of the market, you need to know the direction of the market or the stock you are positioning. That is why I always start with looking at the NGS index action or price action of any company before we can bring any other indicators to know what is happening. That means you must know where the stock is. Is it trending up or down? That is why you must know the position of the stock. You must know the position of the stock as you speak. That is what we need to know. Once you understand this, you are good to go at any given time because that is the only way you can stay ahead of the market. Once that is done, I'm telling you, you are on top of the market. The second point that you also know when you are trading is make sure you understand chart pattern formation. Know the base or where the stock is trending to. That pattern, you look at your candlestick, look at what the lines that are under it and whether it is below the candlestick or above. You need to also know that as a trader or investor. Look also for stocks that are about to on the trend. Look for stocks above the trend line with your with your eyes on volume and breakouts or breakdown. I mentioned if you look at your resistance and your support level yesterday, and this is what is very, very important when trading. Look for stocks above the trend line with eyes on volume, breakout or breakdown. This is very, very key. Very, very, very important. You need to look at that. Then the fourth one here that you also should look at you have to be very quick to sell your stock or your position when it returns back under the trend line. This is key, and that is why we are using this our what we call a T line. This T line, the red line I started showing you to start this program this week. That T line is also as good as support and resistance, but this is on what to know whether the stock is still trending up or down. You need to know, and when you are in a position to see that the stock that you enter has come under below the trend line or the T line, you need to know that it's the time for you to exit. The fifth one here that I like just to stop for today before we continue from tomorrow. Sell any stock that you have made 20 to 50%, or sell 20 to 50% of your position as the stock moves above 20 to 25% from its breakout or from the rally. I'm telling you, sell 20 to 50% of your position. That means you're holding as the stock moves up 15 to 25%. Yes, you might say you have 30% target. Good, I'm not against it. But once you see a stock trading above the breakout, even the baseline, 25 to 15 to 25%, I'm saying it's the right time for you to sell that position because you are in the market to make money. I agree. But most times, if you overstay in a position, when you want to sell, it becomes a problem. And the sentiment in that stock that's moving up might not be there again. And you will see no volume again, and who pick your stock is not there. That is why these 5 points also guide you for today and also for the rest of your trading life because this is what you look at any given time because it will tell you what to do as a trader or investor. Then, but before we go to the chart proper today, I want to look at what is the state of the market as we speak now. At this current time, I'll tell you that market players have been relatively inactive, despite that we are seeing a falling. Because if you look at the activities here, it is the local stocks that are topping the gainer chart. Yes, when we move to the local chart, you might see some pickup, but I'll tell you the activities is still dull. Market has between flat, green and down. It has not given us a direction where it's going. That's why I said the market is relatively dull, but active in terms of volume. But as we speak now, about the 170 million shares have been traded or done in 1,290 days, which is okay this afternoon at this midday. It's okay. I believe that when the afternoon traders start coming to the market, they might change the face of the market. But as to speak now, I will tell you that the activity in the market is relatively dull, despite there is relatively increase in volume. Because I see, as I said earlier, about 170 billion shares traded, or done in 1,290 days. The top gainers as we speak now, Ambrose, and I'll tell you, Ambrose at this point, I will not encourage you to jump in here. If you are there, that are holding fine, but we don't know what is happening. So this is just more no sentiment and not fundamental as to speak. But if you have made money, nothing stops you for cashing out. Like I always said, don't be carried away with the direction of the market. Set your target, which I said earlier also as we are starting the program. Your profit target is very key. Once you meet it, don't know whether the market is going to go higher or the stock is going to move higher. Take your profit and leave that stop. Among the top gainers, as we speak now, we have 14 gainers on the chart. But the top ones are the ones I'm reading are the top 5. As I Arupisco, Suka, and the Multivat, and the Honeywell and Pharmadeco. These are also penny stocks. Apart from Honeywell, that is around 3 naira. Others are also penny stock. But among these gainers for today, for this hour, let me say, there we can see GTB is one of the big cap stock in that gainer. In that out of that 14 gainers so far this midday, the GTB is among the 14 gainer. That is the only big cap stock you can see there. But in the loser chart, we have 8 losers chart on the loser chart. Out of that 8, the top ones are computer wear group and the FCMB, Betters Capital Assurance, Seplat and the Transcorp. And not only that, out of these 8 also losers, we have Seplat and NTN. Consider is why market have not turned red, because these big caps are also among the losing their position now. That's why their losses are also marginal, but they are the one dragging the market down. But the most active stock now, I'll tell you, the most active stock now are MTN, GTB, UCAP, Zenith Bank, and Honeywell. And I told you earlier that when you see this active stock, look at the number of volumes and they are doing that stuff. So numbers of trade, in terms of buy and sellers, that is the deal there. You can see that people are really taking position or selling in that MTN. Either they are buying or selling. That's why you see they can't buy and sell as a deal. And that's why I see there's a good transaction going on in MTN, followed by GT. And also don't forget that MTN have announced their corporate action. Then we're expecting a GTB, UCAP, Zenith Bank. Why? For Honeywell, say market sentiment and also expectation is what is driving volume or activities in Honeywell. But for UCAP, GT Code, and Zenith Bank, you know that along the line between now and end of this month, we're expecting their corporate action and their earnings to hit the market. That also people also reporting about to see what is happening in this stock. That's why we are seeing these activities in this following stock. And for me, I'm not surprised seeing UCAP, GTB, and Zenith Bank, because these are what we expect to be the early filers, because they didn't release their unaudited account in the month of January. That means any moment from now we'll see these stocks results hitting the market. And if it comes, depending on their performance, I see that it will give direction to investor again. That means if you are in this position already, you don't need to panic. All you don't need just to wait and see the result. Once you see the result, you know what your expectation is. If you're a dividend investor, cash, take your dividend, cash dividend. If you're a trader, once you have hit your target, when the thought come, nothing stop you for exiting those positions. But the good thing is that we are seeing that portfolio reshuffling or rebalancing has remained in the market since the end of January, because most of the companies, the end of January, have seen their unaudited accounts for their full year 2021. That's also guiding investors, knowing that this period is for dividend investing and earnings trading. These are the two things: earnings trading and dividend investing. So people are trading earnings for capital appreciation, while some are entering the market for what? For dividend purpose. They want to cash out their dividend. They have waited to dividend, and also people are also looking at the release date of these companies to know when to. That's why when you are trading earnings, you don't look outside the release date of this company. It's very key. That earnings date is very, very important. If you're a trader like me, you are trading any season, you know when this company is expected to raise their number. Once you know that, you know how long you will stay in any position you are taking, because it is these numbers that are coming will also add as a what another momentum or trigger for the stocks you are already in. If the number hit the market and they beat expectation, yes, some people have entered earlier. Market react to those number. We saw what happened in MTN when they reached their number with the 8 naira, 57 kobo. Market also reacted to that. But when there is sentiment in stock, whether there's dividend or not, there's a trigger. That one's a different. We know that that one can be just sentiment or as a result of reacting to either positive news or negative news. That is why any season is most appropriate that you can use to make money, because it must come in, after every quarter of the year. You see the result coming the next quarter, the next month after the quarter. That tells you that you can plan to trade earnings next season every 4 times in a year and also make profit. But if other information, if you are using analysis, like I just said earlier, you must know whether the stock you are trading has formed a base, know what is the chart pattern, where is the candlestick moving, where is the chart price action moving. Once you know this, you use other technical tools like I said. You can use Fibonacci, you can use resistance and support, you can use other money flow, MACD, all that to boss. The most important thing is your price action. Your price action. The most important thing is your price action. That price action should be what to guide you at any given time, so that you know exactly what to do that particular time. Once that is done, as an investor, this price action will tell you exactly what you should do, and that will go a long way. That will go a long way to guide you exactly what to do in this position. For me, we are seeing the market as it is flat now. I want to quickly go to the T line to see what the T line is saying, for us to know exactly what is happening in this market as we speak now. I think that the market is live. You know, to know exactly what is happening. That's why I want to use 1 hour chart, use a day chart, also use 45-minute chart. This chart will tell you where the market is going for. Is it going to uptrend, or is just forming a base, or market is flat? Once you know that market is an uptrend, you don't need to panic, especially when it is above your T line. When it's above your T line, you are good to go. Unless when it crosses the T line and you see the candlestick formation, because candlestick tells you story at the end of the day. Whether you are using a 1 hour chart, candlestick will tell you what is happening in the story. Whether you are using 1 week chart, candlestick will tell you the story. Whether you are using a 45 minutes, that means when you are watching the trend line, the T line, you are also looking at the candlestick to see the position of the candlestick with the T line. If you see a candlestick crossing down the T line, that and also it is kind of a bearish candle, you know that something is wrong. But you see market remaining Osho index action remaining above T line, or individual stock remaining above T line, then you're confident that this stock is going somewhere. That's why once it cross down, it's the time for you to know that yes, the party is like something happening. You need to also change your strategy. That's how to invest. If you look at this Osho index now action, you can see as we speak now, the market is still, I'll tell you, market is still on a day chart. Let me go back to 1 hour before I go to that. You will see exactly what is happening in the market. It's very, very important. Once you know that, a 1 hour chart will tell us what is happening. For 1 hour, we can now move to 1 day to see. At 1 hour chart now, market, you can see here, market is still flat, and the good thing that is still on marginally above the T line. That means there's no panic now as we speak. The market is still waiting for a trigger, as I've said earlier. That trigger will come in a moment from now. But if you look at your money flow index, it's very important. If you look down here, where you can see my cursor here, is turning up on an hourly chart, which is good. And also on if you look at the MACD here as we speak now, the MACD is also flat here. Yes, not yet, or still on one chart, it's still a little bearish. But when we go to 1 day chart, just today, 1 day chart, after from this morning, from a market open to this hour, it's still 1 day. We can look at what is happening in the market. That also gives us a clearer picture of what is going on. But I told you earlier that the market is relatively calm. That's why we're seeing improved volume. I told you about 170 million shares done in about 1,290 this so far at this hour. But you know that the afternoon traders will be coming in any moment from now. Between now and then, they might change the face of the market. Why we are doing this live, so that you will know what the market is doing right now, anywhere you are. You might not be watching the market, but as we explain now, it gives you an idea what is happening in the market, so that you know what to do next, so that you know whether you are to adjust your position, your order. That's why it's very important that you join us every afternoon to know exactly what is happening in the market. Good. I can tell you now on one day chart is going to this hour. Yes, you can see that the market is right on top of the T line. It has not crossed down. And you can see that market for this one is also fine trading up here. Whereas you can see that MACD has shown us that MACD is bearish. That means the rally is just waiting for a trigger, another momentum. As we speak now, there's already a divergence between the 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 NGS index action and the MACD. But the money flow index also is looking up. That means there's no cause for alarm. As to speak now, I think the volumes are getting around the 195 million shares traded so far. You can see that as we go into the day, as we move forward in the day, more buyers are coming in, more sellers are coming into the market. It tells you that my market is not looking bad as we speak now. For me, it's a good one for us in the market. I can see that the market, as we speak, the state of the market remain at equilibrium. Let me use that language, equilibrium, but not no high in the red, not in the green, just in between green and red to see whether it will remain up or close down before the market close today. For that, at this point, all we do just look at those stocks that that we're expecting dividend from them. And I want to order one of what I want us to look very quick one. We want to look at UCAP. UCAP, I'm telling you, if UCAP result is not in the market between now and tomorrow, I'll tell you the early next week we'll see the result. I can see that stock has remained between 11 naira 30 kobo and 10 naira 95 kobo, 10 naira 90 kobo, just within that, oscillating within that price, waiting for that result to come. And if that result come and they beat market expectation, because from the number people are looking at, oh, this is going to pay around 90 kobo, 1 naira or above. But if they do that, especially 1 naira and above, that also bring a trigger. But they might surprise the market. They come with bonus. If that happens, this stock can likely hit as high as what? As high as 13 or 15 naira if they come with bonus. For me, this is the time for us to hold on our position in UCAP, especially if you have entered there earlier. But for those that are income investors that you are looking for dividend, nothing stop you for buying the stock now if you are income investor. But for trader, I think at this peak of UCAP, I don't advise to jump in. Let's quickly go to UCAP chart now and see what is happening in UCAP. You can see the state of the market. Market is not doing badly. It's not in full green. It's not in full red. But oscillating between negative 0.01 positive, just within that range. Then the market is waiting for trigger. You can see that from Monday even to this hour, market has been a bit sluggish and a bit calm. I'll tell you that despite the volatility we are seeing in between, the market is not really active as what we saw in the month of January. Now they are still waiting for number. The number that came in January was also part of the trigger, and also all those high cap stocks that we are gaining and the new listing of for this February were all depending on corporate action. The trigger. Yes, the oil price continues to rally. I think it's a plus for us, and also you can see that seeing the price of Steplat oscillating for me, it's an opportunity for people to buy. If oil price continues to go up, Steplat first quarter 2021 also be very attractive. Even though you are not there, this is the time for you to enter a stock like that. Steplat, because a pullback, that is the only one we know that is purely into oil business. Apart from one that we don't know where they are going for. This one, we have seen the transparency of this company and also how they reward the investor, even quarterly with dividend. It tells you that one can always rely on them if you are a long-term investor and income investor. I think they can also trade stock depending on your investment objective. For pick one, before that, let me call up the chart for UCAP. It's very, very important. Let's look at United Capital. Let's look at United Capital. Let's look at the chart of United Capital. That will go a long way to tell us what is happening there. Once we see the chart will guide us as traders or investors to know exactly, as we speak now, what is happening in that stock in the market today. Once we know that, it will go a long way to help us to know what to do with the stock. So I see that for those that are looking for dividend stock, if you pay 1 naira and the stock around 11 naira, that is around almost 9% yield, far above what we are seeing in the other market. If that happens for me, it's a good one for UCAP. Let's quickly look at UCAP. UCAP here. But I know that as an investor, income or a retiree. Yes, but good thing that this stock will pay you good dividend at the end of the day. But there's other one that give you dividend 2 times in a year, 2 times a year, like I mentioned, a step that is 4 times a year. They pay you quarterly and get it like all those in banking stock, Access Bank, Zenith Bank, UBA, GT Code. These are also the traders. I mean, if you are planning stock like Total, like others that they just that join the trade dividend, WAPCO, Presco that join the trade category or group of stocks. If you are playing those kind of stocks, you don't need to also be worried. So far, the company earnings are pointing toward that, because that no company will not give what they don't have. If at the end of the day we are seeing the company, coming up with good numbers, that numbers it's what will determine what they pay out, either in interim dividend or their full year. Always look at company earnings. Earnings count in any market, whether a bearish market or a bullish market. Earnings count. If earnings count, you need to also know how to use that earnings to position, your portfolio, and also to go ahead of the market. If you know what to do, how to do it, I'm telling you, you can always trade your position. As I said, any season, trade any season, and you make money for yourself. Once you understand how to trade the market is all about understanding the dynamics of the market, and you do it professionally. Even though you are not a professional, the level you understand to, then as you do every day, you learn the process. Before you know it, you become also a professor professional on your own, because we are all here to make money, and the market does not respect anybody. It is your knowledge and ability to identify a trend before you start, and that makes you the beginner. Because if you are mentally before that comes to that stock, you're already there. The coming in price is going up. You're also making money in that position. That is why chart is very, very important. And if you want to trade online, you want to trade on your own, either with your phone, you need to have an idea, so that when you are picking stocks, you pick the right stock. But picking stock might not be a problem to you. But for those that are in buy and sell signal, we always do that for you. All you do is follow the market to know exactly where the market is heading to and what the market is doing. Once you're able to do that, I'm telling you, your mistakes will be less, because I'm telling you, when your winning side is more than your gaining side, I'm telling you, you are already there. Because nobody will assure that this market you don't lose money, no. But let your winning side be more than your losing side. That is the game anywhere in the world, because nobody has 100% control of the market. Once you know that, have that at the back of your mind, you will always be in the market with that mind to make money. And once you are making money, you'll be smiling also to the bank. And that when that happens, you are already done. You are done already in the market, because you understand from the one that, yes, I'm here to make money, not just to watch face of people. And because you are there to make money, you also mind your business and also focus on that purpose while you are in the market. Once you understand that, I'm trying to call UCAP up. So the UCAP is also be within that 11 and 10:50. Still looking for the chat to come up. I'm still waiting for the chat to come up, so I can watch it clearly and know what is happening in the stock as we speak now. Yes, good one. Um, go ahead now and look at the stock now. Use the chart for UCAP. Change this one to candlestick now. You can see that UCAP can see, if you look at this last candle here, I've not added my C line. You can see that there's an up rally here before the stock pullback. Also, this is a sign of weakness. You see this kind of candlestick, but don't forget that this is just a midday. You expect that it will go up again and cover what it has. Move as high as 11:05, 11 naira this morning before it came down to this price of 10.95 again. But let's keep our finger crossed as to watch the stock move. Let me quickly call the T line here, this T line, I tell you, is very, very important. As I told you earlier, that you need to know how to use the T line. Once you're able to apply the T line in your position, it's very good to help you to know whether the stock is still maintaining the good momentum that is there. Once it is still there, you don't have any issue. That means you are good to go. Let me also put my B here. My B here before I leave this place. Put the magnet written at once. Good. Then let me change this one to 8. 8 is very, very important for me. To 8, color it red, so that you can understand the different line. Good. Okay. You can see now, I can tell you from here that the candlestick formation is giving us inside that it has gone as high as 11:02 before it came down. But as we speak, this look up is slightly below the T line, which is good, but not as with bodies. You can see volume here is on increase here. If you look at the volume here, we're seeing in UCAP, you can see that position for dividend. Also, you see money flow as we speak now. Money flow in UCAP is really high, almost at 79.07, which is good. For MACD also, MACD is going down, but if you look at this MACD here, it's shorter than the one here. It's also saying that MACD is also likely to change and go in the same direction with the money flow, and which also tell you that this candlestick formation of UCAP or the price action might likely go up before the market goes today. For a pullback to this 10 naira 95 kobo for me is not a bad one. For those that are looking for dividend, especially income investor, you can still buy and get 1 naira, against 1 naira against 11 naira is about 9.something% dividend, which is good. From now, I know that UCAP will pay you before the end of April. They do their AGM before the end of April. You get your money, your cash, then you decide that to hold on to see the first quarter. And if the first quarter come and it's positive, you can equally come back, to a good position. If you look at what happened to UCAP when they declared their 70 kobo last year, when they marked down, the price didn't stay in that price they marked down. With the numbers that are coming that are looking up, there was a quick up turn, and that maintained the price to what it is today. If that number or what they are posting remain consistent, that would be what, as I said earlier, if they decide to give you bonus, which I don't know, if that happens, UCAP might spark to as high as even 14, 13 naira, depending on what they give. But for those that are targeting dividend alone, I can see that UCAP chart is positive. Technically, it's okay. Fundamentally, it's okay. I mean, there's no need for panicking, just to hold on. Money is still entering the stock. We are seeing fund entering the UCAP, and volume is also coming there. You see, there's that this stock still has a potential to go up, depending on what we declare at the end of their final result, the audited account. And if it comes and it's positive, I'll tell you that stock will still also go higher. And that is why those that are traders are waiting. Wait also, like I said, as trader, you don't need to be carried away with with what happened in the market. If you have made some 20% and you are waiting for a top up on it, make another 10, good to say. But if you are income investor, you can jump in at this moment, buy for dividend. When the mark down, you can buy more to accumulate your exposure. All depends on your objective, being the market. I said that everybody in the market has objective, different objective being the market. For that, those objectives will always guide you on what to do. For me, other stocks were likely also to see their result in this February. I've said it earlier. I've still repeated. Stock like Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank is sure before 26th of February, result will come to the market. Africa Prudential, Nigeria Brewery Mine. Okay, Nigeria Brewery and the Dangote Cement, because they have they seek permission that they are not going to release their unaudited in the month of January. I mean, before end of February, we're likely to see also Dangote. And most of them that not release their unaudited in the first month of the year in January. We expect their result also to be in the market and at this season. And if it comes, to change the face of the market. And for me, the market is still waiting for what a trigger. I always tell you, but don't be carried away. If you are in position that are already in green, keep your eyes in the market. That's why you need to watch your technicals at all time. Watch your technicals, because whatever is happening fundamentally, it will represent in your chart. Your chart will tell you. That's why, as a good trader or investor, you need to combine your technical analysis and your fundamental at all time to know what to do. That's why most people like us in the market, we trade information, we trade news. All this is what the candlestick will help you to. But that's why this T line, as I've started with it this week, master it. Whenever you put it on your stock, will tell you what is happening in your position. Once you get it right, you are good to go. Yeah, it's like we'll draw the curtain here for today because our time is fast spent, and I will say thank you for your time. But don't forget that if you have any question by Saturday, join us on the question question and answer by 12 noon. Feel free to ask your question. If you want immediate answer it tomorrow, you can send it to our WhatsApp group or email us or go to our social media, drop your question or comment concerning the class and what you want us to also do more. Just feel free and let's interact. Thank you and God bless you all.